Alessandro Bruxel from Home Chef Seattle. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a baked apple stuffed with brie cheese and pecans. We're also going to be serving with a bacon, onion, and apple jam that adds a nice acidity to the dish. When you cut into the apple, you get all this runny melted brie cheese. I just finished eating mine. It tastes amazing. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. Let's start on the bacon, onion, and apple jam. First, slice one small or half large yellow or sweet onion. Then, peel and cut one apple into small cubes. I like using Fuji apples. Then cut 4 or 5 strips of bacon into small pieces. Add the bacon into a medium saucepan over medium-high heat and cook it until crispy. Once the bacon is nice and crispy, add the onions. Once the onions are nice and translucent, it's time to add the apples. Stir and cover and let it cook over medium heat. While the jam cooks, let's prepare the apples to be stuffed. Use 2 large apples. Cut the top with a round cutter or a knife. Then use a melon baller to spoon and remove the core and form a nice pocket. The scraps without the seeds can be added to the jam, but I happen to have a customer. Next, peel a wedge of brie cheese and stuff it into the apples. Leave some room on the top for the pecans. We'll be using half cup of pecans broken up into pieces. We're gonna be mixing the pecans with 1 teaspoon of brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of melted butter. In the meantime, check on the jam and give it a stir. This is optional, but I like to add a splash of whiskey and light it up on fire to flambe. This not only helps the jam caramelize, but also adds a great taste. Once all the alcohol has evaporated, smash the apples down with a spoon, then cover it and continue to cook. Dust a working surface with flour and roll 1 sheet of puff pastry. And cut the puff pastry into straps. About 2 or 3 straps per apple. Wrap the straps around the apple starting from the bottom. Leave the very bottom open. Overlap the straps and press them down so they hold against the apple. If you have any leftover puff pastry, cut it into circles using a cookie cutter. At this point, the jam should be nicely caramelized. To finish, just add a small splash of balsamic vinegar and stir it in. And the jam is done. Place the apples and puff pastry on top of a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Then prepare an egg wash using 1 egg yolk and 1 tablespoon of water. Beat it well and brush it all over the puff pastry. Now, stuff the top of the apples with the pecans. Also add some pecans on top of the puff pastry discs and press them down lightly. Bake it in a preheated oven at 415 Fahrenheit, 212 Celsius. The discs will bake faster than the apples. Remove them from the oven once the puff pastry is nice and golden, about 10 minutes. The apples will take between 20 to 30 minutes to bake. Remove them from the oven once the pastry is nice and golden brown. To serve, I like to drizzle some balsamic reduction on the plate. Add the apple, a nice spoonful of the jam, and a couple of the puff pastry discs. You can also top it with some fresh basil. And the dish is ready. Just cut into the apple for some molten Brie goodness. I hope you guys have enjoyed the recipe. Please don't forget to like it, leave a comment, and subscribe for more recipes to come. Thank you for watching.